Thank you for staying tuned. Zimbabwe's central bank has given the oil firms, chrome mines, embassies, and international organizations the go-ahead to conduct local transactions in foreign currencies as the country battles an acute dollar crunch and soaring inflation. Last month, Zimbabwe banned the use of foreign currencies in domestic transactions after it made its RTG's currency the sole legal tender, ending a decade of dollarization. The central bank is hoping to unlock $1.3 billion held in banks by exporting companies, individuals, and international organizations who are reluctant to sell their money on the official interbank market. The exemption of foreign currency earners just a month after the government ended dollarization could be seen as yet another sign of the authorities flip-flopping when it comes to policy, which has spooked investors in the past. And the International Monetary Fund has completed the fifth and final review of Egypt's $12 billion loan program, allowing authorities in Cairo to draw another $2 billion in funds. The disbursement will complete the amount approved under the three-year Extended Fund Facility Program launched in November 2016. The IMF says Egypt's macroeconomic situation has improved markedly since 2016, supported by the authorities' strong ownership of their reform program and decisive upfront policy actions. And Moody's Investors Services says South Africa's decision to more than double its financial support for Eskom Holdings is credit negative for the sovereign rating, as it's an additional drain on the budget. Moody's maintains that while the government may try absorb some of the costs of the plan to help rescue the cash-strapped power utility in the medium-term budget in October, the room to maneuver is extremely constrained. Finance Minister Tito Mboweni this week announced a second multi-billion-dollar bailout for Eskom within 5 months, aid that may force the cash-strapped government to increase borrowing and taxes. The 59 billion rand cash injection over the next 2 years adds to the 3-year 69 billion rand bailout unveiled in the budget of February. Well, the Central Bank Governor, Godwin Emefiele, at the end of the Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Abuja on Tuesday, reiterated the planned policy restricting allocation of foreign exchange for milk importation in the country. He said the policy was to stop Nigeria's huge expenditure of between $1.2 billion and $1.5 billion annually on importation of milk. Well, let's look at that on our commodities market update now. Let's talk to Desola Sumoni, one of the research analysts with Financial Derivatives Company. He joins us from the UK. Hello, Desola. Good afternoon.
Hi, Jimmy. Thank you for having me.
So the Central Bank of Nigeria is contemplating including milk and dairy products on the list of 43 items excluded from accessing the FX, the official window. What is your view on that?
Thanks for that question, Chimeze. First and foremost, I think that the central bank should carefully consider the intended and unintended consequences of this policy action it wants to take. And I say this for a number of reasons. One, as it stands, Nigeria's current milk demand annually is estimated at 1.7 million metric tons. Meanwhile, domestic production is estimated about 600,000 metric tons. So already you see that there is a shortfall of about 1.1 million metric tons, and generally because of because of the lack of cold storage facilities in Nigeria, most of the farm fresh milk produced are consumed in a close proximity to where they are produced, which is usually in the north, which is usually in the rural parts of the country. So most of the milk we consume are powdered milk or condensed milk. And if you look at the back of your tin of milk or your sachet of milk, you see one of the main ingredients is whole milk powder, and this ingredient is not produced locally in Nigeria. It is usually imported. Now, like you said, the central bank's argument, is that the importation bill is too huge, about 1.2 billion to 1.5 billion US dollars annually. And the second argument is that Nigeria can produce milk locally, and I have a few problems with that. First, I did some quick research and I found that for 2018, Nigeria's milk importation bill was actually not within that range. It was about About a quarter of that, for data from the United Nations Comtrade shows that for 2018, Nigeria's milk importation was about 330 million US dollars as compared to 1.2, 1.5 billion that the CBN governor said.
All right.
Also,
Well, Desola, just to cut you short there because we really don't have much time here. Now, as Nigeria strives to boost local milk production, what lessons can the country learn from the top milk producers in Africa, such as we have Ethiopia, Kenya, and South Africa? A quick one.
The breed of cow is very, very important. Currently, the breed we have in Nigeria has very, very low productivity, about 1 liter per day. So I think the breed is very important. Then the animal husbandry system. Currently, we still have this pastoralist system, which contributes to the low productivity of the cow. So we need to change the system, the animal husbandry system, and finally, the kind of feed that the cows eat. We need to improve that rather than allowing them to walk up and down eating people's farms. We need to improve on the fodder that they eat, and I think those 3 factors are the things we need to consider.
All right, thank you for your time, Desola. Well, let's just hope that the central bank would have to consider all of these arguments before coming up with any of these policies. Thank you for your time, Desola Simoni. And for Nigerian equities market update, here is Temple Ashaju. Hello, Temple. Good afternoon. Well, MTN is on the news wire today. How is the shares of MTN faring at the moment after that announcement of new board members?
Some mild gains on MTN right now. We're at about the last trading session we had, MTN closed at 126 naira. Now it's doing above 127 naira. But investors are not looking that way too much at this point, in spite of the news that came in, the fact that some very old investors on the board of the company that are over 21 years old are exiting with effect from the 2nd of September, and 6 new investors will be coming on board. But that's something good for the company, given the fact that it speaks to corporate governance rules in the stock exchange, in the capital market. It's something that should pave way for the IPO that they are considering eventually. But generally, the market is not doing too badly. We're seeing some marginal gains here, some 0.03% increase in the NSE All Share Index as we speak. And we do hope that the market will close positive today, Chimizi.
Let's hope so. We'll wait and see. Thank you for this update. And that's a wrap on the program for today. Thank you for watching. I'm Chimizi Obi Iwawu.